few things while I riff on my guitar, and some of those things include like the nationalization of healthcare, and also the control and restriction of freedoms by the state and local municipalities and local governments, and how some of these state and local healthcare workers think they're above reproach in certain ways. You know, like they can, in their title of superiority in the government, they have the power to basically decide whether someone gets housing or makes an income based off of their certain credentials. But the thing is there's people whose only crime is that they have acquired so much pain and misery and backlogged depression, anxiety, and PTSD due to not having access to care in many ways. I mean, I see people and they struggle, man. They really do, and it's kind of sad because, like, they can't get no health care, and if they do, it's not the same. It's not the same health care as someone is, Blue Cross Blue Shield, someone coming with Medicaid. It's completely different. Doctors, you get treated a different way. You can't get access to the true medications that will turn your life around and help you recover. They just want you to stay sick, and some of these healthcare workers act like they just have so much power, like they're gods, man. Like their schooling has elevated them to a level of control and ego that places them on a pedestal that poor people and people with disabilities are forced to deal with their personalities and their psychological egoic mindsets, to the point that like it's just unfair. It's unfair to the person struggling. It's unfair to the person with the ego, because they're going to be judged, and they've been told that these clients they have are it's just that there's a division between people who work for the government and people who are clients of the people who work for the government. And this can intermingle, and sometimes somebody can be an addict for so long, and then they can get employed by the government. And that's where I'm at. I could very easily go to the RCC, Recovery Support Specialist Program, and do my time and get certified as a government employee. But the thing is I don't want to, man, because I'll be beholden to a boss, and a boss that tells me that I have to treat people a certain way based off of their income level and their experience within the context of being a client, man. You can't just hang out with a government worker and expect them to be your friend. It doesn't work like that. I mean, they'll show you respect and positivity not because of a genuine that they value that, because that's their job to do that. And I'm saying we should come together and show respect and positivity amongst each other, because it's the right thing to do, man. And that's why I won't be a government employee, or a medical provider, or anything in the medical industry. I know there's some CNAs and people out there. Some of those CNAs care more about the clients than the upper management and the doctors and all that. And the nurse, the only people that truly care about the suffering people are the people at the bottom, and that's just a sad state of affairs for a nation to be in when there's power games being played in human services. You know what I mean? Like the difference between a municipal leader in the government who shouldn't be there is someone who, in their own ego, relishes in the misery of others. And you can tell these people because when you're around them, your energy's just not quite right, you know? They drain your energy. They drain the energy of the lower functioning clients within a group setting. And we need to call this stuff out because we can't just let people become we can't make it impossible for people to recover. And a lot of these social workers and caseworkers, they really don't care. You know, they went to school and they're out for themselves, and they don't care if somebody with a lower functioning mind with potential ever reaches their potential. They don't care if they go to heaven or hell, or if they even believe in heaven or hell. You know, I think that it's just a sad state of affairs, and I see somebody who may like rock music, and I might have that might have what's the word? Resonated with me. It resonated me that she liked rock music. And that's for real. Like, I appreciated this woman's love for bands like Caesar and Skillet and Papa Roach and all these 2000 pop rock bands, and but it turns out that this woman that I have come to kind of just not fully understand as to why she's so miserable and makes other people miserable, and I don't know. I don't want to put blame, especially on a woman this day and age. I mean, they have so much pressure on them, and the way they were taught and their understanding within their family structures and all that goes into the psychology and mind of being an individual in today's world, with all the slick tricks of Satan and the lack of guidance and influence from men with their shit together. And perhaps she's just doing what she learned to do, and she thinks she's doing her best in a world that rewards bad behavior and gives generously to the flesh, you know, that indulges flesh as well as lust and greed and jealousy and all kinds of indulgences. So that might not be on her. That might be on the men that were surrounding her during her come up. I'm talking about the college professors and the men in her family, you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's why whenever there's a group therapy session that we have to pull teeth, and it's monotonous and it's mundane, and maybe we're cooking, and there's a big emphasis on the rules and following the rules, and there's less of an emphasis on learning to cook and enjoying the food. That's what I mean, man. Simple things that people can do that hurt the feelings and are directed in a jealous and just toxic way toward everybody you come in contact with. And there's there's a flip side to that. There's some wonderful social workers out there, and I know many of them. I'm just saying, for I don't know what this message is gonna reach, or if anybody listens to it that has any kind of credibility or authority or influence within any circle or situation. But you need to be vigilant of these dynamics in social situations. You know, like pay attention to how people make other people feel about themselves and about their behavior and what they do within like just living their life, because like it's very easy to mess with someone. And I had a conversation with the gentleman. I won't mention his name or anything, but he is a staff at a mental health facility, and he says we respect and love all of our clients. No one gets messed with it. And I had to bite my tongue and hold off and say, hold up. No one gets messed with. I'm saying that messing with people getting messed with is one of the most fundamental human things to our natural existence. It's divinely woven into life itself. Everybody gets messed with from time to time, and claiming that no one gets messed with is just ignorant. It's just not, it's not possible for no one to get messed with. And that's my whole point, is that we need to stop causing unnecessary suffering. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to mess with someone and give them hardship, especially if they either can't stop messing with other people, or they mess with themselves and they lie to themselves and they cause suffering for themselves. Yeah, they might be a good candidate to suffer more and be given man-made hardship so they learn their lesson. But I'm saying, like, messing with good people, messing with people who have established abundance and have soul in their communication, in their speech, and they can share that abundance with other people, and messing with those people and taking away their value because it fulfills something in the mind of in your wounded heart, wounded with anxiety and anger, wounded with jealousy and fear and inferiority for people actually out here doing stuff with their lives. I mean, like, messing with people is fundamental. It's the building blocks of good and evil. Good tries to get evil to stop messing everything up for good people. That's what good and evil is messing with people. And the whole nature of life itself is based off of the struggle for good and evil. So if you're claiming that nobody gets messed with, then most likely you have some evil tendencies, because of course people get fucking messed with, man. Like, I've been messed with more than anyone, so I'm kind of sensitive to it. But also, I know I can mess with somebody in more ways than there are moves on a chessboard. I know more ways to fuck somebody's day up than there are stars in the sky. There's an infinite amount of ways that I have been trained to mess someone up, and I don't use it. That's the whole dichotomy of martial arts and being a warrior, is that you know more ways to mess someone up than there are fish in the sea, but you never once cause a problem for another human being. And that's warrior culture. That's fighting with honor. That's fighting with a dignity and class that sets you apart from just the ordinary soldiers that sign up and go fight someone else's war because you're making your own independent, autonomous decisions towards like the blues, man. Like, autonomous thought process of being a warrior in today's age and society is different than it used to be, because like we used to take personal creeds in warrior culture, and we were united as an honorable, like, I'm talking about British warrior culture before there was America, and we just let anybody into our armed forces without a personal creed and excuse my language, but nut check, like come on, like we gotta. If you want to be a warrior, I haven't served in the military. I'm sorry if I sound ignorant to or I'm bashing like the military. That's not my intent. It's that I feel as if I have seen some returning veterans that are less than virtuous, and they just they joined up because they wanted like they just wanted to pay. They joined for money, not for honor, not for the principle matter of joining a righteous cause and protecting and serving in the military. They did it because they just thought that it was a way out a way to escape. And a lot of times it is, and you learn throughout that journey that a young man escapes where he comes from, so he joins up with the military. And that could be a beautiful thing, but it's on us to instill these values into our young people. Like, if you join up with the military without the right mind or heart, that you're joining a cause with something that burns deep inside of your spirit to do the right thing. I'm just saying, I went on for about 17 minutes about the government and messing with people and right versus wrong, good versus evil. The bottom line is just basically be good. I mean, be a leader, be a protector, be a provider. Be creative in everything you do, and create abundance, create wealth, create joy, create a situation where you can bring others into what you've established within, like the awesomeness, the fun, the what you're grateful for, and you can approve of these things onto other people. I mean, approval in and of itself doesn't come from a place of not having. If you approve of something, that means you have it to give away. So we need approval, but we seek to give our approval, but we have to have something to approve of, guys. And that's the joy, that's the wealth, that's the fun, that's the awesomeness, that's the amazing spirit in our human experience. And we only have so much short life to live. And if you don't have nothing to give away, and you're old enough that you should have something, you need to get something and start doing something. Because having nothing, really, honestly, it comes down to this. Would you rather have something, or would you rather have nothing? Because you can have something. There's a lot of people that have, and I'm just going to say have. That can mean anything. That can mean a great singing voice, or skills in construction or carpentry, or maybe you can build a katana in a kiln, and you can make an awesome samurai sword. That's having. That's something that is entirely possible for anybody to learn a skill, but you should have something, and you should be able to not just be jealous of people that have, but have the ability in your spirit to admire people that have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have two choices. When met with somebody with a superior skill set and mind and everything that you wish you could be, you can either admire that person, or you can become embittered with jealousy. And jealousy will haunt your life, will wound your heart, so that you never make strides for yourself. You'll just think you're a victim of society, and in your jealousy, you'll try to destroy what other people have established. That's not the way to be, man. You should admire and look to emulate these leaders that have in our culture, because that's going to serve you way more. It's going to serve you much better to admire somebody who has than get jealous and try to take away, because you're going to get met with resistance. And if they truly have, they have it for a reason. And probably they're adept to jealousy attacks. And you're not going to get very far. You're just going to see anger, and you're going to see, you might even see a beast of rage. And that might be one of my next songs, Beast of Rage Toward the Jealous. I think I'm going to quit here and start writing a song. Thank you, Facebook page. That's all I have to say.